Greetings, everyone. I'm doing some couple of unboxing videos. I hadn't been doing any for a while. I think the last one I did was 1846, the 18XX game, the first one GMT put out. But today we got something a little different. This is Pax Viking from Ion Sierra Madre, designed by John Marker. Or Manker, sorry, John. And I don't have a heck of a lot of experience in the Pax series games. My experience, I played Pax Porfiriana twice, and I've played Pax Pamir more often. So this is interesting. The Viking theme definitely drew me in. In fact, actually, I wound up thinking a little bit about a certain movie that I know wasn't very authentic about Vikings, but The 13th Warrior was that awesome scene near the end where Bolvine starts to recite the Viking death chant as he's waiting to fight his last battle. So let's have a look inside the box and see what we get. Number one, the box itself, nice finish. It claims to be for 14 and up. We'll find out. Nice back illustration, and what's interesting is that this appears to have a different focus. It's basically talking about the Vikings who went down the Volga and the trade routes of Persia and the Black Sea, as opposed to the ones who discovered America and stuff. So let's crack our box and see what we have to get. Okay, very first thing we can see, the official Pax Viking Comprehensive Rulebook. And what that means, I don't know, but I've seen some videos about Pax Viking, and this does appear to have had a lot of time put into giving us nice, easy-to-follow rules. And I like the general lay of the rules, the good use of illustrations. And this, to my understanding, this is supposed to be essential. This is called the Rosetta Stone. So if you're getting into Pax Viking just now, from what I've been able to understand is this game really leverages keywords heavily. And so as a result, if you have a situation, you can look the keyword up right away and see exactly what it means. And to me, this is good thinking. We even get a couple of pieces of artwork here, and I gotta admit, they're nice. This one in particular, I am going to go out and get me a frame, and this guy's going up on the wall. Not to say this is a bad one. I just like this one better because of the image of the ships, and I'm kind of a ship person. So we have the concise rules, which is basically a condensed rule setup. I mean, it's meant to just help you get in quicker. Once again, the Rosetta Stone is on the back. And then there's an appendix, which would help if I could actually page through correctly. It's got a solo variant. It's got a lot of historical backgrounds, which is, I always like that, because I do have a number of really detailed books on Viking history, but I like seeing that. So, what else do we have in here? Now, here we're going to see something which I don't think I've ever seen in a PAX game before, and that is a Major League map. Pax Pamir, by the way, the map is that beautiful cloth map. This is not a cloth map, nor would it have been practical to do so. But get a load of this. It's let me get above it. We got us a huge board here. And yes, more knowledge of the game system would help to know what you're looking at here, but I will say that from what I understand from the playing videos online, this is very easy to work with simply because of the presentation. This graphical presentation helped a lot. So let's see what else the box has for us. We have, if I can bring them out, we have 2 sheets of counters with coins. I believe those are control markers. These are special things that can happen. More control markers, more coins. I'm not sure what these are yet. But they are good quality, nice thick board. And here we have, let's get this out of its plastic bag so that people can see it. Basically, these are like reference cards. And what's interesting, they almost feel like they're printed on plastic. But I know they're not, but I do like it. And now, I can remember those counters I didn't quite know what they were? They're actions. So once again, this is part of the game ergonomics, which are really outstanding. They're very well thought out. The next thing we have that's in a plastic bag, and I'm gonna get her open. And these also feel like they were printed on plastic player boards. And what I like about them is that everybody has a different special ability. You get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So that means that you can be able to take your time going around playing different personalities, and they all have different abilities. And once again, because of this, because of the Rosetta Stone and having a symbol reference, you can immediately find out what you're doing. Like here, it says it costs 3 or less to establish your first. And you go, whoa, 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 what's establish? And that's when you realize that, oh, wait a minute. All I have to do is get out my Rosetta Stone and look for the word establish. Which in this case says, replace followers and indicated follower icons, pay the cost at the bottom of the post. And see, even here, I go, what's post? I can just go down here, post. I don't want to get too deep into that because this is supposed to be an unboxing, but I wanted to point out again, ergonomics. Like, here's another special ability. You got a nice variety. Let's see what else we get in the box. We get, and by the way, the box is a beautiful organizer, and so far as I can tell, it's all going to work correctly. Beautiful molded plastic organizer. We have a whole bunch of little discs. And if I remember the game right, mostly these are your followers. And so what you'll want to do when you get this game is you're going to want to open all these, get the discs out and sort them out by color and rebag them that way. The reason you want to do that is because if you're looking at this, you have to put your followers on your player cards when you play. So if you do that, you will save yourself setup time. But they're very nicely, it looks like screen printed on one side, which is perfect. Let's see what else we have in here. We have a lot of boats. These are supposed to be your long ships. Same logic. In other words, when I'm done with this video, I am going to take all these parts, I'm going to sort them out, and I'm going to bag them by color. These are long ships, and they are critical for play. And don't forget to collect your silica gel packs. Yeah, we're just going to get these guys out of the way because the next element of the game I want to show you is kind of interesting. Get a load of this. These are what go in here and here. And what I find interesting is I knew about these. They're actually called discs and tiles and such in different places. I was kind of hoping they were going to be on the counter size stock and be actual playing pieces. But when I found out that there's over 200 of them, this game would weigh a metric ton and probably cost that much. But if you notice, they're very nicely printed. They got a nice flip to them. And they have different, all the symbology on here has specific meanings. So they function a little bit like the cards in other PAX games. In fact, a lot like the cards they do. Because here's your market. The difference is that these aren't quite as information heavy. And for what I could tell, they're not quite as interconnected. So that you don't get a situation like you could in some games where you just don't get certain types of cards, and so the game doesn't function right. These look a lot better thought out that way. In fact, the rules for setup actually give you specific numbers of each quantity. There's another little card deck here, and these are the victory conditions, actually. This is one of those sandboxy type games where you can come up with different victory conditions. You can randomly deal them out. You're going to deal them out up there, and they have different levels. And this one's a little tight, but it don't matter. They'll come out eventually. See, okay, you have here difficulty levels, so you can actually calibrate the game exactly. You can even calibrate it, say if you have different skill levels in the game. You know, like say you have a novice and someone who's played a couple times, and then you've got a super expert. So what you do is you deal out an Eklundian. This is for the real fanatics. Victory condition, you deal out a novice, you deal out a standard, and then you make those and you peg those to the player's experience level. Like you say, well, Mr. Expert, you can't go for the novice condition. You have to go for this Eklundian one, or put 2 Eklundians up there. So it is very sandboxy in that respect. I like this idea. And yes, I have a certain Kickstarter Extra that we gotta show you. Remember how those counter sheets had coins on them? Well, there was another way you could get the coins, and here it is. These things are gorgeous. I mean, they're actually, how would I put this? They're actually deteriorated correctly. And the gold ones are really something. Be honest, I actually, for a minute there, I could actually see where if I wasn't careful carrying one of these around, it's possible if you're been in the UK that you could actually mistake this for a certain English currency piece just by the feel. Once you look at it, you'll know, but by the feel, you could. But the quality is just amazing. So that's Pax Viking. We'll see how it all plays out, but so far, I love the idea, I love the physical quality, and I think this is going to be a real treat along with High Frontier for All, which I also did an unboxing of earlier. So, hope to talk to you guys later. Maybe once everything opens up, we might meet across a Pax Viking board at some convention. In the meantime, have an awesome day.